Back to 2020 Honda Civic. I have 210 grams in there. I want to get another 210 grams in there to complete its charge, but I'm just doing a halfway test for the video camera for you guys to see. Liquid line discharge temperature, but I have it on the vapor discharge of the compressor, 182 degrees. Here's our pressures. Let's get the other 210 grams inside the system. Little bit at a time. Let me keep them both in focus so you can see both. Now, remember from video 1 and video 2, I talked about the cheap aftermarket condenser and the problems having fewer cooling refrigerant tubes, passages, and fewer fins per inch. So we're gonna see what we witness here. Usually it causes excessive high side pressure. And remember, we're also missing, it's hot as hell right here. Right here, I'm having hot engine heat blow on my hand right here. It's literally coming from over here and coming around, because remember from video 2, I explained that the aftermarket condenser does not have the little pieces of foam that block the air from rolling around and reheating the super subcooled and the cooled off refrigerant. It actually reheats it because the aftermarket leaves that off. Okay, add some more. We're slowly building. Oh, look at the liquid line, or what's called the liquid line, but it's the discharge temperature is going down. It's no longer 189 degrees. How's that happening? Because cooling is coming back to the compressor and lubricant is coming back to the compressor. This is what happens when you allow your system to run low on refrigerant. This is how compressors get burnt up. The guys who keep allowing their systems to go low and then they top off. Isn't that great? Because why? Because some old mechanic from old times, or some couch potato engineer, keyboard warrior, or any YouTube professor says it's okay to let your AC run low and just keep topping it off. So here we go. We now have the full charge in the system, which is 425 grams. Because remember, I only had half the charge in, I just put in the other half. Now, the ambient temperature here, here's my thermistor of the ambient temperature. So we could have that right there, okay. So this is the ambient temperature here, is 77 degrees. But I could tell you for a fact that condenser, if I put back the OEM condenser from video 1 or 2, if I put the OEM condenser, this would probably drop down to about 140 degrees right now. It's cool temperature, so it doesn't make a big difference. On hot days, it would make a huge difference. Right now, we're in cold temperatures, ambient temperatures, and you can actually see the air blow around here from under the car as the fan cycles up and down. Variable compressor, it's constantly trying to maintain a pressures and temperatures that it wants to see controlled by sensors. But this gotta go. Those companies that sell that shit and import it, they gotta go. And so, all right, that's all I wanted to do was let you see that discharge temperature drop from, what was that, 189 to 165. Now, let's cool off the cabin. I have it under full load. Let's see if I can catch this on video. Let's put it on recycle. Okay, now we're on recycle. I'm gonna take the cabin load because I'm taking like 115 degree air off the top of the engine, sucking it into the corral and loading up the condenser. So now I'm gonna do the opposite. I have it on recycle. It won't be taking in the hot air. I'll close the doors so it won't have the ambient air. And then we should be able to watch it change a little bit. Let's keep watching. Background music will get me flagged on YouTube. So you always have to keep talking when there's loud background music. As long as you keep talking and describing what you're doing, you don't get flagged on YouTube. As soon as you have a long pause and YouTube picks up the background music, they flag you. So I can't wait here until grass grows, but you can see the high tide temperature just ever so slowly sticking right around there, sticking pretty even, but it's coming down. It's getting there. If I stay here another 5 minutes, you'll see it plummet. Once it stabilizes the cabin air temperature and it all comes down and there's no more load going on the evaporator, you'll see this pop down all the way into the 140s. But if it was an OEM condenser, it would already be there. It would have never got up to 160 something. And when this person goes into 90 degree, 105 degree temperature, he's gonna have really shitty AC performance, and he's gonna have really elevated high side pressures on that compressor because of that cheap aftermarket condenser that was, gotta show this, I have to express this. These guys distributed this condenser, do not buy. That's all I gotta say. End of story. Don't get shit like that. See you guys. Slowly falling down.